Folks, please like the video. It's a simple task, helps us build the channel. Head on over to Steven's work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on YouTube in my own words, as you see on the banner there. 6 Central Time. Give Steven a call. Talk Bama, talk the SEC. All right, through 4 games, the Tide season's defined by the matchup at Texas. The best team they played, the most difficult game, obviously went right down to the wire. It's a win. People look on that game, though, as seeing some chinks in the armor. And probably the biggest one that's brought up is the wide receiver core and the lack of big-time over-the-top playmaking ability. How do you see that group progressing? How do you see their roles forming at this point? And do you think that there is a guy that could stand out to be something of what we've expected Alabama receivers to be in the last 10 or 15 years?
Well, Mark, the one thing people got to be happy about, especially with the Alabama faithful, is concerned. Bryce got that connection going with those guys against Vanderbilt. Number one, Ja'Corey Brooks had a big day, the former 4-star from South Florida in the 2021 class, and at 6'2", 196 pounds. Coach Saban loves Brooks, his toughness, his competitiveness, the way he goes up and gets the ball. He can separate from defensive backs with his speed, also his route running. He did have 6 catches for 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I think, to me, he needs to be the primary guy in this room. He needs to be the primary option on the field, because it's when he's playing well that it opens up Jermaine Burton even more. Burton, who had 4 catches for 94 yards. It opens up Trayshawn Holden more. Holden had 46 yards receiving with a touchdown. Kobe Prentice, the freshman, continues to play well. So, I know it's not the Jameson Williams effect that we saw a season ago, but there is a lot of talent on this team. And there's a lot of guys that do have speed, that do have playmaking ability. It's just being able to script this thing out to get all of these guys the ball. Because then you also have to mention, Cameron Latu. Alabama hasn't gotten him really going at tight end, and he's a mismatch. And then you have Amari Niblack, a 4-star tight end from South Florida, a freshman that Coach Saban really likes, and they're trying to get him going as well. So I know it's one football, and a lot of mouths want that one football, but it's about scripting out the best way to get all those guys involved. However, I did see against Vanderbilt that Bryce and the receivers, there was more of a connection, there was more of a chemistry, there was more of an understanding of run your route, break it off, work back to me, let me see you, I can get you the football against Vanderbilt versus what we saw, against Texas. And a lot of that was, yes, the crowd played a big role there at Texas Memorial Stadium, but also Texas secondary, they had a pretty good group out there. They did not allow the Alabama receivers to just get open. And then the game plan by Gary Patterson and that whole group down there defensively, Steve Sarkisian had that group ready to go. And for a guy that's repped against this Alabama defense for a long time, Sarkisian, offensive coordinator for 2+ years, he knows what Nick Saban likes to do, and he had a strong script for that. But I felt like against Vanderbilt, Bryce Young and these receivers, especially Ja'Corey Brooks, got more understanding in terms of that chemistry together.